what happened that night in that house. Nobody deserves to die like that. Speaking of that house, why didn't they just let it go? Why does somebody have to decide to fix it up?
The pantry seems to have, I don't know what it is, there's a force or something there that creates a real cold. The hair stands up on their arms. Oh, I'd never been in the house at night by myself. And I've never had any desire to stay in the house. There's something there.
The first reaction downstairs was fairly normal, just a regular house. The living room and the kitchen were normal. We went upstairs to the second floor. The second floor was really, really cold. I had an uneasy feeling.
They never caught who did it. But there was that photograph that was taken the day before. He was a stranger. But when I look at that photograph, see that man's face, I get a chill.
Paranormal activity increased as Dave Christensen continued his investigation.
A newspaper reporter was here, and she was getting ready to go into the attic. And she opened the attic door, and she went to step in, and something physically pushed her back.
I tried to walk into this room, and I just couldn't do it. I felt like there was some kind of invisible wall in my way, blocking me from entering that room. I don't know if it was emotional or what it was or just fear, but I just felt like I couldn't go into this room.
A lot of people think he got in the house when they were at church and that he hid in the pantry or the attic. But one thing was sure, he was there, waiting for them to fall asleep.
Do not enter the Haunted Hill House. Experts have called it the most haunted house in the paranormal world.
I won't sleep in this house. I have before in the past, and that's when I was attacked.
Attacked by what?
They're not spirits, they're entities. They're bad things.
Owners Catherine and Eddie Estes aren't the only ones who've been attacked.
A lot of people have been injured physically in this room right here.
Visitors can rent the house and do their own paranormal research, but most people who stay here don't make it through the night.
Something crazy happened, and they're like, we need to go ahead and go.
We've had scratches, bite marks, burn marks.
And a lot of it comes from an entity they call Toby.
We can go into Toby's room real quick.
One of the women staying here took this picture. You can clearly see a face they believe is Toby.
And it was one of the creepiest things.
Other guests say they've heard Toby's demonic voice.
It's very quick. Stuff like that.
But what happened downstairs will make your skin crawl.
The most, horrible things have happened in this room. Now watch.
One of the women on the bed started taunting a spirit when all of a sudden something pulled her off the bed.
So we're going to rewind it again.
A year later, that same woman visited the house again. Something scratched her so badly, blood soaked through her shirt. At this point, I wasn't sure I was believing any of this until...
What was that?
Did you hear that?
In the middle of the interview, we heard something scratching. My microphone didn't pick it up very well, but I'm being completely honest when I tell you I heard it clearly.
I just heard like scratch.
And a little later, I heard the same demonic growling many others described. I'm not convinced if it was a ghost, a spirit, or a demon, but I do know I can't explain it. And if you don't believe me, make a reservation, because I bet you won't make it through the night.